is presented by Marathon, fueling the American spirit.
You know, what made things so difficult down the stretch for you guys offensively?
I think it's just a make or miss league. I had an open three I missed. I had a floater I missed. I had a switch with Draymond I missed. I think it's just a make or miss league.
That's 12 hours old.
CJ McCollum playing along. Miss Gretches. Jennifer stopped by the set last night, and CJ, in fact, played along. He took a break from shoot-around to meet her. It was amazing.
That's a make right
I
there.
mean, first of all, shout out to our producer, Gina, in the background there, who made all this happen. I was overwhelmed with joy at seeing NBA Twitter come to life like this.
One of the great moments of jump history, I think, fair to say.
Awesome.
I like that low bar you make me jump over every day, Brian. So good. And Jennifer was very gracious as well. This was awesome. He's trying, Jennifer. He's trying. Make boom shakalaka, baby. Dame wore these bright green Dame 5s last night with Portland's red uniforms. A Twitter user pointed out he looked like a player with the endless turbo at NBA Jam. Would you have ever rocked those in your playing days with your Red Bulls uniform?
You know what? Maybe.
Yeah?
I did wear some red shoes in the All-Star game. So.
This is a new rule this year that players like to do. By the way, Kevon Looney wore, to use your line,
Thank you.
the Sprite
The
shoes.
Sprite shoes, one green and one yellow.
So it was a heck of a
I was like, is he
fluorescent
getting an
look.
endorsement from Sprite?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not? Miss Froyo, in an interview with Dallas Radio 105.3, Dirk Nowitzki said that since he's retired, he has probably eaten ice cream every single day, and that he has gained 15 pounds. Scotty, did you do this when you retired?
I didn't gain 15 pounds, but I had at it.
15
Go
pounds.
at
I was
it.
going to say, he's like the
Enjoy it.
You
most
look the exact same way as you were in 1996.
No more sacrifice.
But did you, I mean, it's funny, I did hear Dirk say a few times in the weeks leading up to the end of the season, that is amazing, that he was excited to eat, that he had been apparently really had to work on keeping his diet tight as he aged.
I never had a diet problem, so
Yes,
I ate
it's very
everything.
clearly. You did not eat anything. Look at you. There's nothing
Dirk,
left.
you eat your ice cream. You go on. You deserve it. Make confusion. 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter last night. Seth comes off a pick, fires a pass to the bench. Do you blame Enes Kanter a little bit for not wearing his shooting shirt and standing up?
He should have at least stepped out and took the shot.
Right.
Come on.
I feel
Act
that's
like
a
you're in the
slight-
game.
You know what we
Slight
learned from
violation
this,
of the rule.
Rachel?
Yes.
Can't sit Canner.
Oh boy, Brian. Brian. I do think your peripheral vision. I'm not even going to address you for the rest of this part of the segment. Scotty, your peripheral vision, right? When you see someone standing up in your uniform, the way they would be dressed to be out on the court.
Actually, I was watching the game with my son last night. He was like, dang, I thought that was a player too.
See, there you go.
Want that corner three?
You're not allowed to speak. It's okay. Now you can speak again. Can't sit, Canner. My lord. Terry Rozier has made it clear that he's not interested in returning to Boston if the personnel doesn't change. According to the Athletic, who could he be talking about? According to the Athletic, the Bulls are interested in Rozier. However, he is a restricted free agent. Before I ask Mr. Chicago Bull, Brian, give us a little reporting. What's the buzz around Terry right now?
Okay, so the thing about it is he's a restricted free agent, as you said, so he really doesn't have much of a say in this. The Celtics have got to wait to see if they make a trade with involving Anthony Davis and if Kyrie Irving stays. So part of the issue of being a restricted free agent is you got to wait on the runway.
Right.
And it's frustrating. So the key for him, though, to get an offer sheet would be for him to be a priority free agent. The teams are going to say, can it come out on July 1st and apply pressure to the Celtics? If he has to wait for other players, which happens with restricted free agents, it could be a frustrating summer for him. But that said, what he's making clear with these statements is that he wants to be a starter.
And he wants out. I mean, he has pretty much taken
Well, I think
a
if
torch to his
Yes,
Boston
to
Celtics
the team,
career in the
yes.
last
That's true.
week.
That's true, but I don't know if he should do that because they're going to have his rights.
Do you think he'd fit in well with the Bulls?
I think he'll be a great fit with the Bulls. I think a player that's looking for a starting opportunity. I think Chris Dunn, time has probably ran out for the Bulls. He hasn't shown any production or any progress in the years that he's been there. So I think the job is wide open, and I think it's a great fit. They're a young team. They got a lot of up-and-coming talent, and I think he will fit in well.
Let's point out the Bulls have drafted bigs in the last two drafts. They have the 7th pick. There's a possibility they could draft their point guard of the future. So we have to see how all this plays out before we can...
I mean, look, the bottom of the East, those 6, 7, 8 seeds, they're going to be available again next season. It's not like, oh my God, the East is so crazy, it's 1 through 8, so tough to make anymore. The Bulls should feel like their goal is to make that 7th or 8th seed, right?
The other thing is, I'm going to say, unless it's a super high offer, I think the Celtics are likely to match it because if anything, just kind of like with Marcus Smart, even if they don't see him on their team long term, they don't want to lose the asset.
Right.
They could use
Well, that I
him in a
see,
trade.
but I do think this. I think if Kyrie Irving does come back, I think Danny Ainge knows he cannot put the two of them in the locker room again because locker room chemistry was such an issue in their undoing this year. Danny has to know that is not going to be a good fit.
You know, they did have contract talks last fall where he could have extended his contract. He did not do so, and that's kind of leading also, in addition to the Kyrie stuff, but they didn't give him a reward.
All right, coming up, international movie star and Sixers center Boban Marjanovic